Hey everyone, and welcome to a new series where we delve into the complicated and often overlooked corners of history. And today, we're diving headfirst into the Vietnam War. Now you might have learned about the Vietnam War in school, the major battles, the key players, but there's so much more to it than that. This isn't just about dates and names on a timeline, it's about people, about experiences, about the human cost of conflict. Over the next few episodes, we're going to uncover the lesser-known facts, the stories that don't always make it into textbooks. We're going to talk about the often unsung heroes, the devastating consequences, and the long-lasting impact this conflict had on both Vietnam and the United States. This is about understanding the Vietnam War on a deeper level, beyond the headlines and the simplified narratives. This is about grappling with the complexities, the nuances, and the human stories that often get lost in the fog of war. So, buckle up because we're about to embark on a journey through time, through hardship, and through the enduring legacy of the Vietnam War. When we think about the Vietnam War, images of soldiers in combat often come to mind. But the reality is, the war effort extended far beyond the battlefield, and women played a crucial role that's often overlooked. Thousands of women served as nurses in Vietnam, working tirelessly in often dangerous and chaotic conditions. They were on the front lines of casualty care, tending to the wounded with compassion and unwavering dedication. Women also served in vital support roles, working in administration, logistics, communication, and intelligence. Back home, women took on new responsibilities, managing households and contributing to the workforce. Vietnamese women also demonstrated incredible strength and resilience throughout the conflict. They took up arms alongside men in the Viet Cong, fighting for their country's independence. The stories of these women, both American and Vietnamese, deserve to be heard and remembered. They shattered stereotypes, demonstrated extraordinary courage, and made invaluable contributions to the war effort. While soldiers fought on the front lines, it was often the civilian population in Vietnam that bore the brunt of the war's devastation. The conflict uprooted millions, forcing them to flee their homes in search of safety. Villages were destroyed, rice paddies were bombed, and entire communities were torn apart. The constant threat of violence, the loss of loved ones, and the destruction of their homes left deep psychological scars on the Vietnamese people. Trauma became a shared experience passed down through generations. The war also had a devastating impact on healthcare, education, and infrastructure in Vietnam. Hospitals and schools were damaged or destroyed, disrupting access to essential services. The use of Agent Orange, a powerful herbicide, had long-lasting and devastating consequences for the environment and human health. The chemical contaminated vast areas of land, poisoning water sources and crops. It led to birth defects, chronic illnesses, and cancers in countless Vietnamese civilians, a legacy that continues to haunt the country to this day. Despite the hardships they endured, the Vietnamese people displayed remarkable resilience and determination. They found ways to survive, to rebuild their lives, and to support one another. The war may have ended, but its scars continue to run deep within Vietnamese society. The stories of Vietnamese civilians serve as a stark reminder of the human cost of war. Their experiences challenge us to look beyond the battles and the politics, and to acknowledge the profound suffering inflicted on innocent people caught in the crossfire. Chapter 3. A Nation Divided. The Rise of the Anti-War Movement. As the Vietnam War dragged on, a wave of dissent began to swell within the United States, challenging the very foundation of the country's involvement in Southeast Asia. The anti-war movement, fueled by a growing awareness of the war's brutality and a deep sense of moral outrage, brought together a diverse coalition of students, activists, artists, and everyday citizens. On college campuses across the nation, teach-ins and protests became commonplace as students voiced their opposition to the draft, the escalating body count, and the government's handling of the war. The movement found a powerful voice in the music of the era, with artists like Bob Dylan, Joan Baez, and Jimi Hendrix capturing the disillusionment and anger of a generation. The anti-war movement wasn't just about protest, it was about offering alternative visions for America, challenging the status quo and demanding a more just and equitable society. The movement exposed deep divisions within American society, highlighting the generational gap, the racial tensions, and the class disparities that fueled opposition to the war. Despite facing fierce opposition and accusations of being unpatriotic, the anti-war movement persisted, forcing the government to confront the growing discontent and ultimately contributing to the decision to withdraw from Vietnam. The legacy of the anti-war movement extends far beyond the Vietnam era. It serves as a testament to the power of dissent, the importance of speaking truth to power, and the enduring belief that ordinary citizens can effect change, even in the face of seemingly insurmountable odds. Chapter 4: Agent Orange, A Toxic Legacy. Beyond the immediate horrors of combat, the Vietnam War unleashed a silent and insidious enemy, Agent Orange. This powerful herbicide, sprayed over vast swaths of Vietnamese countryside, left behind a toxic legacy that continues to haunt the region to this day. The United States military deployed Agent Orange to defoliate jungles, hoping to deprive the Viet Cong of cover and expose their supply lines. However, the chemical's devastating effects extended far beyond its intended target, contaminating soil, water sources, and the very air that people breathe. Agent Orange contained a highly toxic chemical called dioxin, a known carcinogen that has been linked to a wide range of health problems. For the Vietnamese people, the consequences were devastating. Exposure to Agent Orange has been linked to an increased incidence of cancer, birth defects, reproductive problems, and other serious health issues. Generations after the war ended, children are still being born with debilitating conditions, a stark reminder of the enduring legacy of this chemical weapon. The use of Agent Orange raises profound ethical and moral questions about the conduct of war and the long-term consequences of deploying such devastating weapons. The fight for recognition and compensation for victims of Agent Orange continues to this day, a testament to the enduring human cost of this controversial chapter in history. Chapter 5: Vietnam's Echoes, the War's Enduring Legacy. The Vietnam War didn't end neatly with a peace treaty and a handshake. Its echoes reverberated through the lives of millions, leaving an indelible mark on both Vietnam and the United States. For the Vietnamese people, the war's end marked the beginning of a long and arduous journey of rebuilding their shattered nation. The physical scars of conflict were everywhere, in the ruined cities, the contaminated countryside, and the countless lives lost or forever altered. The war left deep divisions within Vietnamese society, as people grappled with the aftermath of a conflict that had pitted neighbor against neighbor. In the United States, the Vietnam War cast a long shadow. It eroded trust in the government, sparked a national conversation about the country's role in the world, and left an enduring legacy of pain and division. The war also had a profound impact on the way Americans viewed their military and the use of force in foreign policy. The Vietnam War serves as a cautionary tale about the human cost of conflict, the limits of military power, and the importance of understanding the complexities of war before resorting to violence. It reminds us that the true cost of war is measured not just in casualties and dollars, but also in the enduring scars it leaves on individuals, families, and nations. Outro: Learning from the past, building a better future. So there you have it, a glimpse into the Vietnam War that goes beyond the typical textbook narrative. It's a story of courage and resilience, of loss and heartbreak, of the enduring impact of conflict on individuals and nations. It's a story that challenges us to confront difficult truths, to learn from the mistakes of the past, and to strive for a future where peace and understanding prevail. Thanks for watching. If you found this video informative, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more deep dives into history's untold stories. And be sure to check out the next episode, where we'll delve deeper into the personal stories of the